Yeah, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Corner of Advice. It's your boy B. I'm getting on here, man. I like to talk to people, and I like to talk my slang and words, and it's therapeutic. Some things that's been going on here lately, and that I feel like I need to get in here and express my thoughts. Because I don't really have. It's only you guys that I can talk to, really. I mean, in face to face, people, you run the risk of, you know, highly disagreeing or talking to somebody who have no idea about what's going on. And I just got some things on my mind the way the world's been going here lately. And there's just some things that, you know, I just want to just speak on. You know, yeah, I hope everybody's doing well today and will be doing well tomorrow. And as we all know, that it's pretty hard to be a good person nowadays, and especially being a black person. And we're up against so much at this point in history that it's kind of hard for us to, let's say, keep our head above water and be as righteous as we want to be, and be as calm as we want to be, because we are basically a target. You know, this being black is we are a target, and we are targeted by society, and there that is no surprise because it's been going on that way for way too long. I don't want to even. There's no even not even a number for the time that it's been going on, because if you say 400 years, that time won't be adequate. But that's just only in one place. But it's just that we've been targeted and being targeted, and we got to get to the root cause of that, and maybe that will affect some sort of change. Um, we as a people are dying. Everybody want to kill us. Everybody, even including our own people. It's always your own. Somebody made a joke of that, man. He said, man, it's always your own people. Always your own people. Yeah, you can say that. But, that's a pattern that is just it's relevant. There's no way around it. And we can't get away from it. So we got to talk about it. It has to be a discussion. It has to be looked at, because there's no way that you can just keep going on and on and on and on and on. They're killing our youngsters. Oh, well, let me just say our youngsters are being targeted and killed. Now, it's one thing for, let's say, you to be in the gang or a certain round, you belong to people, and yeah, you run the risk of getting killed due to gang violence. Okay, you in the gang, you in gang violence, so you're doing shit that might get you killed because of your affiliation in the gang. But not just because you could be walking the streets or going in and out of a store, or on a date. You know, people just target the black community for, I don't even know the reason, but I have my theories, and that's what I want to expound on. And this won't be your last time hearing me about that. Why we are being targeted. If there's this thing that I have put in my mind, that there are people who like to, let's say, kill things that are great, or things that are or are not like them, or are greater than what they have seen before, or greater than what they know or what they used to. Because, and I'm drawing this theory from hunters. People who like go out to the safari and kill the largest elephant they could see, or the biggest tiger they could see, or this great monkey, they want to capture it or kill it, and that's the thing that they're, targeting black folk as now. It seems like they want to destroy this type of person, you know. Excuse me if y'all hear some noises. There's my animals over here making all kind of noises, but yeah, they want to destroy the greatness of a certain people. They see that you're great. You are style. You are a pattern. You are a trendsetter. You are just everything that they cannot be, and they see that greatness and they envy it, and they want to destroy it. They want to ruin it. And having them having that mentality, they they put it together in their head. They say, "Oh, look at this big giant elephant," just so to speak, the biggest elephant they could see. Instead of looking at it, studying and awing at it, they'll take the biggest guns that they can find and go and kill that elephant just for a trophy. Now that elephant no longer exists. There are no more like it left anywhere. And so I'm taking that theory as in how they are treating the black race. They see us, they know we influence, music, fashion, food. We are inventors. They've done so much to us. They hide our history. They don't want us to know anything about who we are and how we are great. But they know. They have books. They've hid it from us, and the fact that we're living in a time of knowledge, and they can't hide it no more. So before we get our head full of who we are, they are finding that before they get that greatness back, let's formulate a reason to push them back to where we had them, where they wasn't great and had no power. And that's their motivation. To me that is, and I could be wrong, but it's so similar to that. They want to kill something great, and I think the black race is such a great race, and I'm not putting us up against anybody else or over any other race. There are many races who did great things, but they're not the target of today. They're just no one can see a black man and say, well, I'm not going to say, I'm going to take the word no one. Very often here lately, they see a black man and say, oh, okay, he's all right, he's great. They see somebody, they put in their head, he's this, he's that. Instead of continuing their day, they formulate what's wrong, and they want to cause a threat to that person. Say stupid shit, call him out his name, and provoke him, and do other things that try and get him killed or locked up. If they can do that in a mass way, it'll be okay with them. And these people are just natural killers, natural destroyers. And to point a finger and to say what race that these people are, they're just not black. Let's just say that. Here lately, there was this kid, Cyrus Belton. He was killed in a store. Well, not, he was coming out of the store, and the people chased him out of the store. A dude named Chow and his son, the mother, the wife, she had something to do with it. They accused him of stealing, but she didn't steal anything. But you chased him and you killed him. Why? Doesn't that seem safari-like? You chasing somebody down like you chasing after a lion or some animal that you would like to take its life and hang its head on your trophy. Take its spirit, just take its greatness. It's not the only one. They've been doing this here, killing our youngsters for for so long. I mean, the list is so long that that would take up more of my time to say, the things I have to say. And there are a lot of many names, and a lot of people can come forward and will be able to chime in and say the people's names that have been lost. But this is one that is really hitting the black community the hardest at this moment. And the point I'm trying to get across, I just hope we don't lose our little young great one and then just go back and to where we forget about it and it happens again. People are talking about boycotting this and doing that, and I get that. I understand that you want to get their attention, but the Asians, really, if they were a problem, why even wait till they kill one of our kids? If he done it twice, which I've heard, he shot somebody twice before he killed this little kid, and accosted a little girl in the store, jumped her, beat her up, or attacked her. Okay, why is he still in operation when that even happened? He should been dealt with before that. Instead of being reactive, we need to be proactive. We have to have standards set. Pose a natural threat, not react. Oh, we gonna boycott you and shut you down. I mean, yeah, do that by all means. Yeah, do that. Don't stop doing that. But why, if we don't buy from them, who we gonna buy from? Not that don't get me wrong, we can go somewhere and buy it, but we ain't buying it from ourselves because we don't own none. We stop buying it from the Asians, we have to go to the Arabs, and they feel the same way about us as well. And if we don't buy it from them, we got to go to the white man, and you know how he feels about us. So we have to be proactive and get our own shit together. Totally get together. Totally get it together. Totally get together and do something about what is troubling our lives. And we can go and create laws. We can get legislators and get things going. I mean, a lot of entities, create things that suits their lives, their neighborhood, their race, and their lifestyles. So we have to be, proactive in that. I'm saying we need to at least get with a group of people, find someone in the neighborhood where we can participate and be an active member of that society, and we all get together. We all have to get together and make a statement. And our black dollars do matter. And there's one way that we can affect change is through our dollars, through our money. And there's no way around that, because if we will pool our resources and attack a system, and it will definitely hit it where it hurts. And then if we do that, then that will send them to go create some more laws that bother us at the same time. Because that's the nature of the beast. He don't want his captured, which is what we were, to be better than him. Black Wall Street, anything black was great, they wanted to destroy. It goes back to the great elephant theory. We had great neighborhoods, great businesses, great ideas. They took them and stole them and called them theirs. They do that. That's the nature of the beast. But we cannot stop being great. We can't do that anyway. Even if we tried to stop being great, we will not be sent to a hole. And there's nothing great that they can give us. We have to create it our own. We have to do these things ourselves. There's nothing that, let's say, he owes us and we have to go to him and ask for it. No, we are great enough. We can create our own system on our own. Do what we must do for us ourselves. We do it all by ourselves. Schools, if back then when the struggle was real, black folk created whole communities. Couldn't go to their schools, they created schools, had school teachers, had lawyers, senators, people who were in it for the community. You know, we had to effect change back then. You know, and there was a change that needed to be made, and we affected that change, and it worked out for us. And there's this thing right now that I feel it's hard right now to get black folk involved in something really true, because we are too in love. We're too comfortable with the system to go out and fight. Got us a job, got us a career, we making money, and that makes a person selfish. Very selfish, until it happens to them or their cousin, and they'll twitch a little bit, but change won't come. You know, to get them involved in something, to get everybody to say, if you go, I'll go. No, bro, we all go at the same time. Not it. I gotta see you. No, we have to do it and commit. We have to feel each other's pain. You know, you don't feel the pain that lady felt. She lost a child, a baby, 14 years old. That's to a person that I sympathize with her. I am all over the place with that, and I wouldn't want that on me. I don't know what I do. I probably do something crazy, but and if I were to do something crazy, that would end right there with me. You know, the problem and the source and everything would end with me. Just like this one story. I'm not good at these names. I'm not writing anything down. This is all freestyle. There was this black guy. The cops killed his son, so he drove his car into a bunch of other cops and killed a few of them, hurt them or whatever. And that ended. Nobody else talks about it. We need our own news outlet to follow us up on these situations, and we need our own a national black paper that we subscribe to. I mean, it don't even have to be paper. We can just do it off the internet. That every black man that is of age should be able to read that. And what is affecting us, we have to be corresponding with each other from state to state, city to city, you know, north, south, east, and west, Africa, wherever black folks are at, and whatever's happening to us and about us, and whether it's for us or against us, we need to be sharing that information, because that's going to really affect change. You know, put insurance on your kids. I'm going to say that. Put $2 million on every one of your kids. Every one of them. I don't care. Just put you some insurance on them. You might say that might be crazy. Well, you're going to make somebody else rich. Hell, let a black man start an insurance company. Everybody go through his insurance company. It's black owned. So that if something happened to your kids, let's just go take money and, you know, sue and go get lawyers and all of that. But right now, it seems who holds the bigger hand for insurance is the white man. And so at the alarming rate that young black folk and black folk period are getting killed, he gonna start getting in the groove of saying, damn, I'm coming out of too much money. We paying too much money. Hey, stop killing them like that. Cut that out. Let's go to the lobby. Let's legislate. You know, it's ways to do it. And that's just one of the ways, you know. I just feel that unity and the power behind the dollar will make the change that we're looking for. You know, it's not really going to stop. It's not going to stop. You know, we got to let loose of their system, so to speak. Loosen our grip from what they already gave us. We know the truth is out. And I don't want to pick on religion, because everybody needs something to hold on to. So my mom was a Christian, and a lot of people I know were Christians and still are Christians and Muslims and all that. But a lot of times these are the religions that were given to us to help control us. You know, when they say they stole our religion, we were hit in the head, they stole our God, our religion, our language. They really did that. We didn't forget it. We wasn't over there when in the originals, we were different religions. We didn't even speak this language. So all this is new to us. So we got to go back to find out who we are, why we are being targeted, and then make that change. And we say it because we black. Yeah, because we different from any other race. Yeah, this makes you totally different and black. And we just the greatness. We need to get back at what we need to be doing. We got to focus and feel each other's pain. And, we got to affect the change. We have to be part of it, I mean, and I'm not advocating violence or none of this, but you got white folk in different groups. They have their own mob. Hey, man, don't take what I'm saying out of context. People have their mobs, their systems, their group of people that they can go to, regardless of how they're looked at. They have the Klan, had the Klan back then, and they have it now. These are people that, in the shadows, can't wait to do something to black folk. And they do it as a religious or a calling or a way of passage, so to speak, because it's happening everywhere. Daughters are getting abducted. Where they going? Something is going on. And we have to put a system together so we can monitor that, man. Be a part of the change. Let's get together and make that change. Michael Jackson said it. We don't have to go to their clubs. We don't have to go to their grocery stores. We don't have to do a damn thing with them. We done invented enough shit that we can continue to invent. And it's enough black dollars out there that we don't have to say we have to go over here and spend it with them. For one thing, we got to stop our kids from getting killed and targeted. That's the main thing. If they in the gang, you got to get them out the gang. But if they walking to the street, they walking down the street with their friends and they getting targeted by the cops and all of that, man, we need to get them some kind of ID card and then say, hey, call this number. Something. We got to just come up and sit down and talk about something where we get a dialogue together, and just somebody got to come up with some kind of good ass idea that we can get in front of this thing, because right now we way behind of it, and it just every time something happens, we rally, and then the rally will die. There's a word for that. You know what I'm saying? These people do this shit and they say, it'll die. Let's run a deflection. Let's come up with something. Let's pacify the situation and just pretend, okay, and then it'll happen again. No, we got to come up with something. Let it be these white kids getting bumped off like that. No bullshit. If it was white folk kids getting killed like this, man, it'll be all kind of shit going on right now. Laws and everything. It'd be apartheid for real. Let black folk get to bumping out white kids or any kind of race bumping out, getting their kids bumped out by the black folk. Man, and it wouldn't go away either. And we need to take that same approach and that same energy, because what they can do, we can do it better. Huh? And they trying to change the voters' rights, and this our third voters' right amendment that we finna go through again, Voters' Right Act. Come on, these people are not gonna stop, and they want to make women suffrage come back to life, and they want to do all of this, man. But we have to be proactive. You can't let them do it and then say, "Oh, damn, they did it. We got to do something." Huh? Now it's more important to vote than ever. Yeah. And they were very smart at what they're doing. I mean, why do it? Why play a dirty hand? But if they going by the books, they're going by the books that they wrote. Huh? What kind of sick shit is that? You wrote the book for justice and equality, but now you're gonna rewrite it, take the book, erase some shit, and put some more shit. Get rid of equal rights and equality and women and freedom and justice for all, and say that was just something for the time. Now we going to get back where we was. What? Come on, man. Make it make sense. Then we have to do something. Sometime or another, we're going to have to get out. We're going to have to get out. We must. The time is now. If we don't, we're going to lose. Lose more lives, more money, more land, more time, more joy. We're just going to lose. We're going to end up the race that lost again. And you say it's impossible. Shit. You better go back in history. You was a king. You didn't think you could lose all your shit. And we got to stop allowing him to do shit right up under our noses and not even say nothing about it, just going away because we comfortable in our own zone. It don't really affect us. You know? We really got to do something. That's all I'm about to say for a little bit. But we really have to do something. And I can't iterate that very much more. But I have this one question about the Ku Klux Klan. It's more of a statement than a question. These people have been terrorizing black folk for years. You know, terrorizing. And so to speak, these people, whoever they said did the 9/11 was 4 people. And they labeled them terrorists that ran into the airplanes, ran the airplanes to the buildings. And now you had hundreds and thousands of white men running around in sheets, killing, torturing, hanging, burning. And nobody thought to say or call them terrorists or terrorist group. Because what they were doing was terrorizing black folk. Huh? How you gonna pick somebody up off the street and I want to kill you? Don't come outside. This is sundown town. Don't come over here. You come over here, we're gonna get you. What? And you saying to me that they cannot be labeled as a terrorist organization? And see, this is where our power come in at. Now we go down there and legislate and say what they did, they should be labeled as such. If we legislate that, that could happen. And so, and now any kind of, and if they throw it back at us and say no, they weren't terrorists, it's just a group of people, and then you would know exactly what you're dealing with. Not that you don't know what you're dealing with, but then you would know exactly. So there'll be another way. There's always one way to skin a cat. You know, black folk always bounce back. Speaking of cats, we always land on our feet. We come from slaves, freed. They didn't want us to be free. They came up with laws, Jim Crow and them. We couldn't do this. We couldn't go over here. We tried to get our own shit. They ain't like it. They burned it down, killed it, buried it, put water on top of it. Did so many things. But their whole organization as a race, they don't even have to be in the Klan. They have cousins in the Klan. They still gonna ride with them. Yeah. I guess that was a question. Why aren't they? Why don't we do something about it? Them and any other group. Trump want to pay these people some money, somewhat billions of dollars, but I guess it got on hold or held up by the courts because I guess they knew the outrage or felt the outrage that was coming out because of it. And I'm going to just say this here too. All white folk aren't bad, okay? But if you walk in the den of lions and shit, and one of them ain't fucking with you, maybe 4 of them ain't fucking with you, but it's one of them gonna fuck with you. So you ain't gonna be able to tell the difference. You won't. So are you gonna be stupid enough to be say, none of them gonna fuck with me? I'm gonna trust all of them the same? No. You be a fool. Just be as honorable, honest, kind, loving. We black folk are resilient. We believe in God, we believe in reality, and we trust who we are. And there's a God that comes out of us. That's what makes us great. And you could do whatever you think. And I know somebody besides me are looking to say, damn, why ain't they rose up? Why ain't they tore that motherfucker down yet? Get the people on the outside of this country gotta be like, man, them niggas over there playing the boys. You know what I'm saying? And, we don't throw rocks. We don't do nothing. We get out and we walk. Do our protests. Now they fuck with the Spanish people. They're making the Spanish people protest. And Spanish people are more relatable. I'm talking about the ones from Mexico, kind of like. They're more relatable to the black plight, kind of, sort of, in this day and time, because they came here and built this damn country just like we did, and a lot of laws that we set into place as far as the black struggle, they benefited from. So did the Asians. There's no bullshit. So did the Asians. So did the people from the Islamic countries, and Pakistan and all of that. A lot of people benefited from the struggle that black folks set forward. And, they're kind of sort of like us, but not all of them. You won't be invited to the wedding because you ain't invited. Because if you in it, you got to go hide and do it. If they come exactly from their country over here and the daughter fall in love with a black man, no. Yeah. And they have this already established thought of the black man. And that's them on the outside looking in. But, until you get to know someone black and a black man, and I don't even know what they think about us. I never really had the conversation with somebody about how do you feel about a black man, but I would like to have that, and different races and that comes fresh from another country, or just talk to somebody that is in another country currently and ask them, what do you think honestly, and I don't want to talk to no ignorant person that just gonna waste my time and waste anyone's time. But yeah, we need to come together, put our heads together, put our dollars together, and get this shit out of the way. Because if we don't, we're gonna lose somebody else, and so on and so forth. Because they're not gonna stop. The white man believe in laws. He believe in laws, and he like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That never had nothing. That's why he make them up as they go. So we believe in nature and natural shit. Them, you got to write it down. Yeah. Yeah, shit like that. Black man invented the stop sign, the red light and all that. He invented the speed limit. Yeah, so yeah, anywho, we have to get it together. And I'm going to go ahead and close with this here. And I want everybody to keep in mind that, we have to do our own, suffer the consequences. Do for self or suffer the consequences. Get our own fruit, buy our own schools, get our own neighborhood, do it again. And don't be afraid of them coming to burn it up. Now that won't happen again. Yeah. They dropping bombs on the whole neighborhood in Philadelphia. That won't happen again. And all of the things that happened then, everyone's eyes are open, so to speak, and it's so kind of crazy that you got these white folk that hide behind their desk and create these damn laws, and you know how we say you playing in my face, and they making these laws and playing in our faces, and we're not even really paying attention to it. But yes, we are. Yes, we are. And so we got to get together and fight the power. Create our own power. We can boycott a lot of shit, and it'll hurt them, and it will hurt them, and they know we don't last long with the boycott, because we'll get hungry, we'll get bored, we're gonna turn on Netflix, we're gonna get back on HBO, but we don't have to. Now we know that every black household is not supposed to do this, is not supposed to do that for this many days. Watch how it works, and somebody keep tabs on it in the neighborhood. Watch and keep tabs on it in stock, in the stock market, in every other aspect. No buying no cars. Don't matter. Just wait. Just hold it down. Save your money. Fine. Get your uncle to fix it. Somebody, you need a mechanic. Watch. Oh yeah, I want to talk about this Asian guy. He was I don't know. He was talking about black folk always want to say you want to boycott Asian and all of this and whatnot. Why don't we do this? I don't understand. Why would you even get out there and talk like that? And what we're saying is to get attention to our plight. Whereas on the other hand, what you should have been said, hey, I understand what you're saying, but not all of us had something to do with that. Not this. You don't want, motherfucker, you talking about do it. Motherfucker, yes, we are gonna do it. It's no threat. And you talking about Jordans. Nigga, you didn't make Jordans. You just getting pennies off the dollars for making them. You're not the seller. You don't, fingernails, we don't have that. What that's, I don't understand. Why would people even put themselves out there? Why don't you just be quiet and let us have our moment? But he speaks for an internal feeling that they have. Not all of them, but that is an internal feeling that they do have. Not just him, all of them. Yeah, they really don't appreciate us, but we yearn to put money in a pocket. I have some Asian friends. I do. I don't look at them as you part of them, so you the problem. I don't like you. I don't do that. It's not what we're trying to establish here. I mean, and it's weird when we try and establish something. Somebody wants to tear it down and make it theirs. You don't want to give us that moment. You want to turn it into something that we are saying is ugly and evil, and you want to turn it in. All right, you go ahead and do it. Let's see how far you get. You ignorant bastard. You stupid son of a bitch. Yeah, you hiding way the fuck over there. I don't even know where you at. You saying that shit. But why? It's unnecessary. This woman just lost her life, and we rallying behind her. We need some vocabulary to come from that community or a community leader other than your dumb ass to say, hey, we're with you. This guy was wrong. He's a rogue Asian guy. His name's childish like us, but he was rogue, and he don't speak for us. He don't represent us. That was more of the diplomatic thing, or kind, or something to say where you understand what a brother going through, than all this old other hot boy shit. Yeah. I bet he listen to hip hop. Stupid little bitch. Yeah, that's all I have to say. And I love you people. Welcome for listening, and thank you for listening. And I'll see you again. And I hope you would like to listen to me again. Tune in, because I'm always around. This is what I do. Love you. Peace. May God be with you. Always, all the time. This is the Corner of Advice, and I'm the boy B. Love you.